Cancer, we are getting into Cancerian energy. The moon is moving into Scorpio. This is a time of intense feeling, Cancer. Really listen to your emotions to go within to, just get immersed in the ocean, Cancer. We're going to get into it. But before we get into this deep dive, Cancer, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes and shares. Your support is just mystical, Cancer. And it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome to the Chariot Friends. Justin here, and know that when you're coming across this video, you're in sync with the moon, and she loves that. You know, she also loves Cancer, the fact that you have Cancerian placements, and even if you don't, she loves that too. But this is a channel for those of you who have Cancer in your placements, Sun, Moon, or if you just resonate with the Cancerian frequency, the Cancer part of your chart, because we all have it, Cancer. But Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Pluto, well, maybe that might be a little remnants of Pluto, Mars, wherever, Cancer, this one's for you. And I do tarot card spreads based of our ruler here, the good old moon. Rhonda repping the moon on Earth. And I'll talk about what sign she's in, what phase she's in, and when she's going. Boy, of course, just all of those lunar shenanigans. As you see, there are going to be plenty of them. And just so you're all aware there, Cancer, this is a, excuse me, yes, sir. This is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you. Leave the rest with me, and yeah, never force reading on a situation, okay? So, now, I'm all out of sorts. I'm trying to do something with this ending here, Cancer, and it's still coming together. Let's jump into it. I'm gonna keep that for sure. Moving on. All right, Cancer, your space has been cleansed. Crystals, they're feeling lovely, feeling intuitive. Just great energy all around here, Cancer. And Cancer, happy Sunday. The sun is associated with Sundays. This is a great day if you want to put on a presentation. I would think of you. I like to, and I'm going to be doing some lives here soon, doing something once I get some chart analysis to do on the other channel. And that's when I plan on doing my lives. It could be a great day for doing presentations, explore around with that. And I may explore around with that. I'm a Leo rising, and there's a lot of aspects that my sun have. So we'll see. You know, I have some opposition, so I'll play around with that. But I have a trine to Pluto, so that's my sun's busy in my chart. But another thing Sundays are great for is health. So another thing when we're just like, you know, because sometimes doctors aren't doing work on Sundays, something to explore with these planetary days is also they have hours that they're associated with as well. And that's the whole thing. You can look this up online to find out the different times for that day. And you even start to get a feel for it. You work with these energies more, Cancer, your body just even starts to sync up with them more. I remember on a moon day, I got this weird, not weird, I just got an urge to clean, and I was like, well, it's perfect for a moon day, so why not? Mars days are usually days that I work out, you know, and then Mars hours are usually day where I try to be active, or Saturn hours, those are times where I, you know, try to get a little more disciplined. I have some intentions that I'm going to start doing here. I've been slacking a little bit, and Saturn's looking at me. But you can also see too, maybe you were born on a Sunday, Cancer, or even more personal, if you were born during the hour of the sun, that's even, you even have a even more kind of tighter relationship. I was actually born during the hour of Saturn on a moon day. So, but yeah, Sunday is really great for that. But also I was talking about with the sun hour, that can be if you're wanting to book appointments, let's say with the dentist, with the doctor, for maybe some sort of healthcare thing. Maybe you're going to see a chiropractor. Maybe you're going for a massage. I might throw in Venus territory. But great hours for taking care of your health as well, looking into that as well. But it's also a time when you shine, Cancer. So this could be maybe scheduling a presentation for during a sun hour, see how that's going, even see where the sun happens to be at during this time. When the sun moves into Cancer, maybe you give a presentation and you're making you incorporate a bit more of emotion in it. You know, get the room feeling what's going on there and really make a powerful impression. So these are just some ways that you can work with these energies. I invite you to see how these play out in your chart and in your life, Cancer. You know, tell me if you do happen to work with this and that's something that's curious. I would love to hear about that and how you experiment with these hours. Now, before before we get into this, we do actually have a busy few days while the moon is in Scorpio, because we have the lovely Empress Venus that's going to be entering into our sign Cancer at about 11:20 p.m. and that's going to be Pacific time. And then on the 17th, shortly thereafter, Mercury is going to be entering into Cancer at about 2:07 a.m. So we're going to be getting into a lot of intuitive, emotional energy, starting off, like kind of kicking off into going from that Sunday into Moon Day on Monday. So I would say if you happen to have that day off during Sunday, really kind of let that be a relaxing day. Really kind of tune into your emotion. Really sense the shift that's getting ready to happen here, Cancer, because this is a very intuitive time right now. Neptune chilling out. I've been in Pisces for a long time, but now she's been hanging out at this final degree here, and this has been, the moon's been having conversations with her a few times a month in that last degree. So there's a lot of evolution, I feel, that's intuitive things that are happening under the mix here. But that's what's happening with Venus and Mercury. And check this in your chart there, Cancer. See where you have this Cancer in your placements, and so you can track where this energy is going on for you. Usually for me, this is going on in my 12th house. Now we're getting into that, like the tail end of my 11th house. So this usually is a kind of a quieter time where, this is it's coming up on my solar return here, which mine is the solar return doesn't always fall on your birthday. Mine's going to be actually having the day before. I think it's like at 5:30 a.m., something like that on the 7th. But yeah, just pay attention to see how that shift happens into in your chart. Maybe this is where Mercury's moving into your first house happen. You happen to get some new ideas here, feel some new inspirations there. Maybe this could be where Venus is moving into your 4th house, and maybe you happen to have maybe baby is born, or maybe this could be where you're thinking about expanding the family there, just wanting to be a little more nestled up with those that are close for you, kind of being that sort of nurturing motherly energy there. So that's something too, Cancer. If you're curious about if you want to know how these energies are working more intimately in your chart, book a reading with me. I have links down in the description box below, and we go over all these. I offer different type of services, whether this I tarot readings as well, but with the charts, we can go, especially with it coming up on our solar return, this can be a great time to get an idea of what's going on for the year. And maybe you want to even plan a vacation, because your location changes your ascendant sign. It changes the house focus as well. Where I'm going to be at, I'll be in Seattle, so the sun is going to be falling in my 12th house, and I'm familiar with the sun in the 12th house, but there is a lot of spiritual, I'm in a lot of water energy. Last I checked, there's a mix of water but a lot of water, but I think some fire, as quite a bit of fire as well, but a lot of Cancerian energy that's going on. The sun, of course, the rising sign and Venus are all in Cancer, and it all plays into this, and I'm really excited for this. This might be a bit of a quieter year for me, which I will welcome because this last year was busy. My son was in the 3rd house, and it was like things I learned a whole bunch. It was just like it's all over the place, but this will just get you prepped for what's going down. Where do you want to focus on, and how do you work more in that flow? So it's been even a powerful year for me, as far as like this year, or this previous year, Pluto was conjunct my midheaven. So some powerful changes coming down in where I'm trying to be. I think this was been an opportunity for me to really kind of come into my power and claim, like, who do I want to be this year, and really kind of invest in that. And then this coming year, Saturn's going to be conjunct my midheaven. And so this is an interesting kind of blend here, because I'm used to Saturn talking with my midheaven natally, but it's in a square. But now this is like taking this discipline and now really doing something with it in Pisces. So I'm really kind of excited for that, and how this is going to build. And this, again, it's a lot of intuitive energy. So it's like been working more closely with my guides, building that connection more. As I was saying, I got a book that I've been reading and just doing a lot of soul searching there. So, but While we're talking about soul searching here, let's get into this energy here, Cancer. Let's talk about the moon entering into Scorpio, because depending on when you're watching this, it's going to be happening at about 11:37 p.m. If I didn't mention that specific time, and the moon she's in a waxing gibbous phase. Now the moon in Scorpio can be intense, Cancer. It can be, Scorpio always brings transformation, though. Sometimes it can bring up areas where you feel some fears, possibly. This could be where there's some unconscious fears that, maybe this is fear of failure. Maybe this is fear of commitment. Maybe this is fear of pick a fear, Cancer, whatever your fear is. But Scorpio is meant to take those energies and transmute that. Those emotions Scorpio's the alchemist. This is taking those fears, those traumas, those things that once held power over this and let them turn into a strength. Taking that. Scorpio is really great for working through trauma work. So this could be where maybe you're looking to work with some sort of guide. Maybe this could be a channeler. Maybe this could be a tarot reader. This could be a therapist. This could be, and especially too, Cancer, something to think about. And this is something that I like to discuss too when we're talking about charts and things, is your progress chart. And the progressed moon is a very important player since she moves the fastest. And that can be a very important time for you to know as well when things are going on. I actually know someone who's going through some moon and Scorpio stuff right now, and those usually last a couple of years when we're thinking about that. But there can be Scorpio time is not just meant to be all doom and gloom and stuff. It really is an empowering time when we're thinking about the moon in Scorpio. This can be where you notice that your intuition is just sharper. You just know things with the moon in Scorpio. This could be where this would be a great time to talk about more kind of intenser things, those fears you may have. Maybe this a fear of death. Maybe it's a fear of, maybe this is some sort of, I don't know if I said intimacy, but this could be, wherever we're looking at here, this can be a time where you can talk with someone that you trust, or be that position for, or create that safe space for someone. If you happen to have your moon in Scorpio, and this could be where, the moon, when we get to that lunar return, it's just like it's a revitalization where you're getting new kind of lunar energies, a new lunar focus here. And so this could be where, how did you change last month, and how has that been? How's that empowering you this month? What skills is going to take you to the next challenge? But that's what the moon in Scorpio is there for. It's a time where you may notice that you're attracted to, there may be just an attraction to more kind of like, I don't want to say darker things, but just like, you may see that kind of like that someone who's giving off those mysterious vibes, and just like, what's that about? What are you about? Or you might even be giving off those vibes there, Cancer. You might be coming off all, I'm picturing someone standing in a corner of a bar, just kind of real quiet, got your shades on, because of course it's so bright in there. And just something about you, just like, what's your story? Thank you, guys. But that's something to think about with the moon and Scorpio. And if you do notice that you have emotions, because Scorpio is fixed water, so this can be where you clamp down on things, where if you have any stuck emotions, this could be, again, a great time to work through that stuff. And not even by yourself. Scorpio is about those combined energies, so sharing that stuff. And be mindful too, I feel like, being just aware of where you are sharing your energies as well. But this Scorpio also, too, one thing to think about with them, Scorpio, being that their traditional guardian is Pluto, deals with, wealth and joint finances. So this can be a great day for solidifying a deal. While we still have kind of like this sun in Gemini, we're starting to dip into the water now, but it can be where, maybe you've been kind of talking with someone here, and this is where you just like, you bring in that trust, you really kind of lock something in, really kind of form these bonds. So great time, I feel like, Scorpio moons can be great for those type of negotiations. You can feel more powerful, feel more in the, like, where you just kind of, you understand someone and where they're coming from, so just something I feel like and it's not meant, something to be mindful with Scorpio energy, where it's not to where we're manipulating the energies, we're complementing it. There's this giving, we're there's this trust that comes with Scorpio. And this could be also a time too. But last little thing, I'm just getting little stuff where secrets could be revealed. If you've been feeling a hunch, I wouldn't say just trust your intuition, but I feel like it's one of those things where if you're looking for it, it'll show up. So I feel like if you're, how do I want to put that, or how do I want to make this? I feel like there's a better way for that to come across. Be mindful, I feel like, of like projections. I feel like if you sense something, if something's meant to come to light, it will. Scorpio is one where you can't hide things from it. Things always come to light. So just something to think about there, Cancer. Now, something too, I want to talk about the Void of Course energy before we get into the reading. And the Void of Course is going to be happening on a Mercury day, that's Wednesday, the 19th, and it's going to be happening between 9:18 a.m. and 9:31 a.m. So a pretty short one there. And the Void of Course happens when the moon forms her final aspect with the celestial body, and then she just kind of roams the void. It's like, she's just like, I like to think of it as when you're just closing out the chapter of Scorpio, and what did you learn from that? This is a time where you just kind of do some reflection, do some great for meditation, for deep breathing, for just kind of taking the time to just sort of be, there's no energy there. Luckily, it's kind of a short one. So if you can find some time to just kind of maybe to do some deep breathing, maybe just get outside, kind of be just get into a peaceful state, that can be really great too. But the thing with the Void of Course as well, and why I really kind of like, if you can get into a real kind of feeling space, Cancer, over these next couple of days, I feel like it could be very beneficial, because the Void of Course energy, the last conversation that she has with the planet usually flavors that Void of Course. And the aspects that she forms is a trine with Neptune. And with it happening with Neptune, who's at that final degree, who's just like literally hanging out at the last, like she's like, it's like she knows that she's getting ready to leave home, since that's the sign that she's guardian over. But it's just like, there's just some, like, it's like she keeps looking back, it's just like where you're getting ready to move permanently into a new sign, or like she's just getting ready to move into a new energy. And it's just like, did I forget anything? Did I pack my toothbrush? Did I pack my comb? Did I pack this and that? But I bring that up to say, like, there's some things that are closing out, and there's some new things that we're getting ready to evolve. I feel intuitively, like our gifts are really kind of growing there, Cancer, collectively. And I feel like this, over these next couple of days, if you can find some times to just journey within, to really kind of feel yourself, really kind of feel where you are at on your journey, how you're feeling with where things are. Are there some, especially with Scorpio, are there some things that, some fears that I'm not facing? Are there some things that maybe I need to get some help with, as far as like, maybe it's just like, maybe this could be emotional assistance, this could be actual, like, maybe I need to partner with someone to get this thing built, or maybe look to see if someone can maybe help me invest in something, or whatever this may look like. But if you can really kind of take this time to just kind of figure out what you need, I feel the universe is there to answer. Your guides are there to give, to support you in this, Cancer. I feel, a trine with Neptune, trines in general are this energies of flow. So really trust your intuition. It's really powerful when it's in Scorpio. The moon does fall, which means her energy is a little weaker in Scorpio. Not even weaker, she just has to try a lot harder. It's a little intense when the moon is in Scorpio. But it can help you get down to the root of a lot of stuff there, Cancer. Really kind of help you change some things. Usually that's a pretty active time for me. Moon hits up all my Leo placements, but she hits up a lot of, like, almost all of my planets other than just like my moon, so with major aspects. So that's always a busy time for me. I like the moon in Scorpio though, but something to meditate on there, Cancer. And then last little thing there, Cancer, these readings that I do, they're not gender specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situation, Cancer. Look at your general energy of the day. It's Luna. She's here. I love it. That's High Priestess energy all day there, Cancer. The Luna card in this deck, if I'm remembering correct, this is like, there's this mention of wild magic when we're talking about with the moon. And the moon, I feel, has been mystifying us since ancient times there, Cancer. She's been a guide of tuning in with the natural rhythm of life. She reminds us that things happen in phases. How you feel this time in Scorpio right now, you're going to feel very different in this next cycle when we hit Scorpio at a different, from a different angle here. And so on, and how things are cyclical. Like, it really is giving me, I'm thinking about how the charts are all in circles. And I'm thinking about how you have just your normal lunar return, or your normal transiting moon, and then your progressed moon, and how when you get in that flow, things start to line up for you. I feel more, Cancer, and that's what I feel like this Luna card is inviting you to find your flow. Even if you know your moon placement and just where the moon's at, you could just get in. You don't have to get into super complicated in with it. So let's say your moon's in Scorpio, for example. When the moon's in water signs, things are going to flow. You got Pisces, Cancer, that's going to be where things are flowing for you. When the moon is in Leo and Aquarius, those might be tougher ones for you, where there's more tension because now we're forming squares. When the moon's in earth signs, that's harmonious. Taurus, though, is a tricky one. That may be where you have some opposition going on there, where there may be some external things that are kind of coming into the mix. But if you just you start to pay attention to these cycles, like, okay, I can chill during Cancer season, I gotta be mindful during Leo, then I can relax again during Virgo, and then it gets you in that flow. So that's what I feel this Luna card is really kind of getting at. There's this energy of needing to intuit more here, Cancer. Really kind of High Priestess, absolutely. Kind of. Let's get some tarot on this, Cancer. And get into this. Alright, Cancer. Thank you, guys. Let's see what's going on here. Alright, so you have the Three of Cups and the Four of Swords in reverse. And then you have the King of Cups, the Four of Cups, the Page of Swords, the Devil, Capricorn, and the Sun card. The Sun. But Cancer, I feel that if you've been feeling out of flow with yourself, if you've just been feeling out of sync, there's this restless energy that's coming here with the Four of Swords, a need to find equilibrium. And that's where the abundance is. This is Jupiter in Libra. And I feel like there's, even just thinking about that, like if you're having troubles regulating, this could be where the Page of Swords, this could be, when we're in Libra, from Libra into Scorpio, this could be where we're sharing deeper things. This Page of Swords with the King of Cups, sharing different stuff with maybe someone who you can trust with these deeper secrets. Look at the King of Cups here down in the bottom of the ocean. He's guarding your secrets like a precious pearl there, Cancer. And I feel that that's something that could be very helpful at this time, Cancer, because I feel there's something here, I almost think with the Four of Cups, that's trying to ignore something, ignore maybe that you might be out of flow, maybe that there's something underneath the surface here with Scorpio that we've been trying to, this could be an addiction with the devil, this could be just something that that has power over us, something that we may fear, but I feel with the sun kind of coming here and lighting things up, there's, interesting that the sun and the moon are here. It's giving me this thing of really seeing something for what it is, allowing you to, that shining some light would, it's interesting that this snake is on fire here, because that's what I feel like I'm seeing. It's like if we shine a light on something, it starts to burn away here. And this may be something that we've, with the Three of Cups being in reverse, that we've not wanted to share. Or maybe we've been sharing it in maybe it's been coming out in different ways, Cancer. And with the Three of Cups, that's getting into, now this is just an example. The Three of Cups can be a tricky card. It can get a little debaucherous with the Three of Cups. Maybe we're going out partying. Possibly we've been in this Gemini energy. It's been fun. It's been flirty. Maybe we've been pouring our energies into others. Possibly. Maybe been trying to heal that way. And it's been maybe with the devil, it's become an issue. Or that it's been, maybe there's been a lot of drama, possibly. There's been a lot of projecting, I feel, that maybe could be happening with the Three of Cups here. Maybe there's been, that's fascinating, Cancer. This could be where, and something too, I feel, when we're thinking about Luna. Luna is very sensitive. There's no mistakes about that. But the moon because the moon knows herself. And the moon gives herself breaks. That's what she void of courses every few days. She takes time for her, reflects on everything that goes on, takes the time to self-care. And I just feel like there's an emotional responsibility that is coming with the King of Cups here. He's an emotional wisdom here. And there just feels like there's something as far as like, be mindful of taking on others' energies too, because maybe even this anxiety may be from the people that we're around, the ideas, the chatter that's going on. There's been a lot of Gemini going on. Maybe this could be the information that you're taking in from your phone or like from social media possibly. So it's not something I feel like to ignore either, Cancer. This is... Let me get a little bit more with the Four of Cups. Yeah, there's a little bit more in that, and then we will move on there, Cancer. All right, Cancer. Thank you, guys. The Four of Cups is clarified by the Three of Stars and the King of Swords upright, and then you have Saturn here, the World in reverse. Now, I'm getting something here as far as taking, the first thing that came through was someone may be giving you some wisdom here, Cancer, and I would say pay attention to that because it could be something that could help you move through something with the World being here. Like they may say something where... Now I'll leave that there, Cancer. But then the Three of Stars, what else is coming through with that? It's working through something with this Three of Stars. It's this... I'm getting the Mars and Capricorn energy. There's something personal that we're working through, something that we're closing out here, something that it's like you may think that, what does it matter? Like, why do I need to maybe learn to regulate my emotions or put up these boundaries or something? And I know, but it just, there's something here about when you start doing some practices, like it's like there's this learning to there you go, respect your energies more. All right, that's what I'm getting with that, and it's not something I feel like it's. And this is not like a caveat or anything, Cancer. It's not anything like I'm saying being forceful, but it's just seeing where, because water energy is sensitive, and it's. I feel like it's one thing to just be sensitive and that's it, just putting a period on that. I feel like it's okay, I'm sensitive. How am I taking responsibility for that? Maybe I need to take more rest from people. Maybe I need to express that, like, hey, I can't be around this all the time. Or maybe even vice versa. Maybe you kind of shut yourself in. Maybe there needs to be a bit more stimulation there, possibly. Maybe you're one that keeps stuff within. Maybe you're a Libra moon or a Gemini moon and you need to talk about this stuff. Or maybe you're a fire moon, an Aries moon, a Sag moon. Maybe you need to move the energy, do something, get the body going, get the blood flowing. So yeah, something here about, just like regulation here, Cancer, being responsible with these lunar energies, with your needs, looking at your daily habits, with the devil being here, because the moon tends to that too. How you deal with, how you soothe, Cancer. But let's get some more on this. Oof. All right, look at this. Yeah. All right. Thank you, guys. See what else is going on here, Cancer. Let's get some tea, Cancer, actually. Hold up. Okay, so you have the Queen of... Whoa, it's spicy. I made this ginger tea. That's spicy. I dig it. You have the Queen of Wands in reverse here. And then you have the Hanged Man, the Neptune, the Hermit, Virgo, the Five of Swords, and the Ten of Cups here, Cancer. Now with the Ten of Cups here, there's the Ten of Cups is giving me this family energy for some. I feel that there is that's interesting, a tenderness that's needed to come through there. The Queen of Wands can come in a little hot sometimes. This could be where I'm getting a message of like seeing where we can maybe be a little pushy, maybe with our loved ones, where we may tend to lash out possibly here with the Five of Swords. And this could be where the Five of Swords could be where it's like we have these external things that we're bringing in from the environment, from the collective, and we're not maybe giving ourselves enough time to go, because the Hermit and the Hanged Man energy is very deep introspective energy. And this is what I mean when I was talking about with this Scorpio energy. This is Hermit and Hanged Man time, a time to kind of go quiet there, to approach people, I feel, a bit softer. This is a time of vulnerability with Scorpio. This is not a time, like, I feel like, be mindful of just like this lashing out energy is what I'm feeling. There we go. And there's something here that I almost feel that if you have something that's maybe been going on, let's say in families, for example, it's like reflecting on your part. Not on your part. It's, well, in a sense, like, it's like something about the Queen of Wands is like, let's say I'm picturing like let's say if you're at like a picnic or a family gathering, for example, because when we get into Cancer energy, that's when we do tend to kind of meet up with people, and if there's any sort of like family gossip or things around that, I'd be mindful about jumping into that, spreading that kind of vibration around. Like if someone says that, I was like, oh, where did you, based off what? like it's. I feel like this is the time to kind of probe Moon and Scorpio. Where did you happen to like hear that from? Why are we doing this? And not in a combative way. I feel there's a way to come at something here with some to get the point across, to do like that, like instead of a harsh sting, just like a light grazing. So that's one thing that's kind of coming through there, Cancer. But I also kind of feel too to maybe like reflect on maybe where we could where we might come in a little hot sometimes, possibly, or maybe even seeing where I almost feel this is like seeing where someone has maybe tried to push you somewhere, possibly Cancer, but this gives me a very kind of the Queen of Wands is learning how to manage her energy. Where she's like, because again, the Queen of Wands is one that I feel like when she's upright, when she's really kind of got her things in check, she can be quick, but there's this it's this empowered way that she comes in, and like I feel like there's this new way of maybe learning how to assert oneself, possibly here. What I'm feeling, I'm gonna get a little bit more with the Ten of Cups, and then we're gonna get some. We're gonna get some advice from Pluto and Mars. But let me get a clarifier here. You guys. Let's see what's going on here, Cancer. Okay, so the Ten of Cups is clarified by the Four of Wands upright, and then you have the Seven of Moons in reverse. Now, I'm getting this energy here of we may not have chosen our families here, but I feel like there's something here about it's like maybe celebrate. And what I mean by that is like it's like we may not necessarily want to maybe celebrate the family that you came from, or we may not have picked our family, but it's celebrate the person that you've become, that they didn't make you into something, that you it's almost like for some it's like learning through maybe some sort of mistakes, maybe not passing on this thing. It's very fascinating. It's because it's not necessarily an ancestral, like a generational healing thing here, but it's more so that and maybe it is, but it's like it's almost like we're not carrying something into something else here, possibly. That's one thing too, you know, maybe there's something here about take it as it resonates. It's like something here as far as like about a relationship that we're maybe in, maybe something people don't approve of it, possibly. That's kind of what this gives, like that sort of vibe. Like it's like yet someone doesn't approve of something, and there's this because I feel like sometimes like maybe there's I don't know, it's like someone's trying to stir in some kind of trouble here, some sort of like maybe doubt, and that might be because that there's something going on with them. So again, there's this energy projection that's going on here. So I would just be mindful of that. I'd be mindful too of maybe thinking where I don't know, it's like a feeling maybe trapped in something, possibly a need to, and I feel there's a conversation that's maybe needing to be had. The Seven of Moons is Venus and Scorpio. So again, just take that at how it may, if that resonates. But Let's get some advice from Mars and Pluto. Thank you, guys. All right, last little bit here, Cancer. So you have the Seven of Coins, the Seven of Wands, the I won't do that to you, Cancer. The Eight of Swords in reverse, and then you have the Ace of Wands and the Temperance card up right here, Cancer. And let's switch back over. Now, with the Seven of Wands being here and the Seven of Coins, I feel that there's this thing here where we're needing to protect our energies with the Seven of Wands. Maybe someone's been criticizing a choice that you made, an investment that you've made, and it's getting out of maybe you're doing something that someone else doesn't understand, and it's not meant for them to understand. This is for you, and it's freeing up the idea that needs to make sense to them. I feel like as long as this is something where you are feeling harmonious, feeling balanced, feeling safe, feeling loved, and whatever this is, raise your vibration, this is getting closer to your dreams, your hopes, your whatevers, then I feel like this energy is freeing you up here. It feels like there's this, getting this power back comes back to this moon energy here. There's this, the moon, I'm thinking, oh, okay. The moon would be associated sometimes with the group. When there were lunar shenanigans going on, I'm thinking back in when they were doing astrology. The moon would pertain to the public, where the sun would pertain to the leaders. So when there were like eclipses were going on, this was just like we may want to look out. And then when there were like lunar eclipses, like, okay, what's going on in the populace? And this feels like that there's a lot going on in the populace right now. And especially with us being able to be so connected through through the internet. And then now even with this, like, I think someone was just telling me that we're getting ready to release something or maybe we're getting to this place where it's almost like you have like the holograms. I'm thinking like the game Halo, where you had Cortana pop up, or even like Star Trek, where you got people coming up. It's like, we're moving. There's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of emotions about what's going on, and I feel like there's something here about being caught up in that. There's, again, the Seven of Wands is this energetic protection. This is, oh goodness, that is Mars in Leo. Be sure to go know who you are, Cancer. This is a time to find balance. That's interesting with the Temperance and the Devil being here. I feel that this is a time to kind of check your devils, Cancer, and see. And this can be a great time when working with the lunar cycles, as far as like to achieve a state of balance, and working with your energies, working with, even if we're not working with the lunar cycles, even if it's just like, okay, you don't want to follow the lunar cycles, okay, each month, then what do you feel like you want to change? Do you feel like you're wanting to change your diet? Do you feel like you want to get more sleep? Do you feel like you want to whatever? Trust that. Get into this intuitive energy, but listen to your body, knows what it needs. Listen to that. If you need to hydrate more, if you need to do whatever this is, tune into that, Cancer. But I think I'm gonna leave that there. So, if anything resonated with you, Cancer, or you, we're good. And if you like that, well, until we get surprise card, give it a thumbs up, Cancer. And share this, Cancer. If you know someone, share this, Cancer, because it's beneficial for everyone to be linked up with the following. Like, it helps set a rhythm, helps set a cycle. And especially when you have Cancer in like your personal placement, knowing what the moon is doing can be very beneficial, so that you don't get swept up, or that when something's going on, it's just like, oh, okay, this is that, because my moon is kind of busy this month. There's this going on right now. Like, I'm looking at my lunar return right now, and I have my moon's conjunct Jupiter, it's conjunct Mercury, and then trine Pluto. So there's a lot that's infused, and I'm learning a lot this month. Like, it's been, there's a lot that's kind of expanding my, yeah. But yeah, just, yeah, share this Cancer, and subscribe there, you devil, because the devil is not meant to keep you down. The devil's meant there to show you where you've given your power over to something, where it's like, hey, you have the strength to get through this. Use this as believing that you have this. And but then, yes, if you subscribed. And then last little bit there, Cancer, if you want to tune into what the other celestial bodies are doing in the sky, want to hear what they're chatting about, come over to my other channel, Alchemist 8, where I do the weekly celestial forecast, talk about, all that stuff. And I will hopefully be doing some more kind of live chart readings on there here soon, doing that. So that's something I've been really wanting to get into the mix there. So, housekeeping, Cancer, is down in the description box below. But let me get you surprise cards here, Cancer. So I can, oh, interesting, Cancer. So I can get you out of here. So you got the Seven of Cups in reverse. And so we got a lot of sevens here, Cancer. And I feel with this energy, Cancer, yeah, I remember reading this one thing in when I've only kind of dabbled in numerology. So, but when the first thing that I kept getting with this was sacrifice, and that's interesting too with this, how the Seven of Coins, this card is talking about there's something on with the sacrifice. But I feel like I almost feel like this Seven of Moons, it's like, it's almost like we've limited, because like it's like we've limited our options to something here. Like, this is heavy kind of escapism energy, possibly. Like, there's something that's happening that's keeping us from seeing something. Like, you've got really kind of gotten out of the flow, and it's just like it's limited this scope right now. We're not quite tuned into something. We're not being this, I think it's just like, it's just feeling intense and not tending to it, possibly here. Or maybe how it's being tended to is turning into a devil moment here. Because the the Seven of Moons is usually my prelude to a devil. But I mean, the devil that came out, I think before the Seven of Moons had. So, but I feel like it's something worth throwing you out of whack here, Cancer. That's interesting. But I do feel like there's something here too about how we're exchanging energies with others when we're thinking about Venus and Scorpio. There's this, yeah, just about energies that we're carrying on, as far as like maybe some people's like, let me see what your, thank you guys, let me see what's going on here, Cancer. Interesting. Oh, wow, okay. So you got the first quarter moon in Aries card here, which is a step into your power card, Cancer. And maybe this is something here where someone might be some sort of emotional manipulation that might be happening here, possibly. Maybe this could be some sort of like, yeah, just some sort of like relationship that has been diminishing your worth, Cancer. This could be something personal. This could be something where you have this, maybe there's this self-deprecation that's going on there, Cancer. And if that's something that is happening there, that could be where we need to set better, stronger boundaries with ourselves, even like where we need to or not even need to, where it may be beneficial to maybe talk about these things if that's something that's, you know, keeping you from being in your power, keeping you in something here about helping to keep. There's more options, I feel, with the Seven of Moons than you feel, maybe possibly here. Maybe in your reality right now may feel that there's nothing that you can do, but then maybe if you share this with someone, that maybe there's this vulnerability that happens, and they can help you reclaim your power and give you some options. All right, Cancer, that's all I got for you. So stay mindful out there, Cancer. Stay present. Feel the moon, Cancer. Stay intuitive, because this is a very intuitive time, Cancer. Take care of yourself energetically. I really feel like that's something that's going to be very important. I'm going to really kind of hammer down on that, Cancer. Take care of yourself energetically. You know, tune into these lunar cycles. Know where how you're doing internally there, and I will catch you, Cancer, on the next one. When was the next one? Mercury Day.